Covid-19. AstraZeneca and Russia want to combine their vaccines. Moscow. The AstraZeneca laboratory in Russia announced on Friday clinical trials combining their two vaccines against the coronavirus, recognition for the Russian product, touted by the authorities but freshly received by the West. We are announcing a clinical trial program to evaluate the safety and immunogenicity of the combination of AZD1222, developed by AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford, and Sputnik V, developed by the Gamaleïa Research Institute. AstraZeneca's Russian branch said in a statement, adding that the tests would be performed on people aged 18 or older. The AZD1222 vaccine uses a chimpanzee adenovirus as a vector, while Sputnik V uses two human adenoviruses. In a statement released on Friday, the Russian Sovereign Wealth Fund, which is involved in the development of the vaccine, said it had offered AstraZeneca on November 23 the use of one of the two components of the Sputnik V vaccine. AstraZeneca has accepted the proposal to use one of the two Sputnik V vaccine vectors in further clinical trials of their own vaccine, which will begin before the end of the year, adds the Russian Sovereign Wealth Fund. President Vladimir Putin himself announced in August that Russia was the first country in the world to register a COVID vaccine and that his own daughter had received it. A tribute to the world's first satellite, launched by the USSR in 1957, the Sputnik V recalls a Russian scientific feat and a historic setback for the American rival. Russia had drawn criticism, however, with Western scientists calling the announcement premature, even before the start of mass clinical trials, Phase 3, and the publication of scientific results. The international community, especially in the West, also saw in it Moscow's willingness to implement vaccine diplomacy in order to extend its influence around the world. Russia has since announced partnerships for clinical trials Belarus, Venezuela, India, and production India, Brazil, China, South Korea of the vaccine. In July, the United Kingdom, the United States and Canada accused Russian intelligence services of being behind attacks by hackers to steal vaccine research. Moscow denied and immediately announced an agreement for the production in Russia of the vaccine developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford University. Final victory. On Friday, AstraZeneca said combinations of different COVID-19 vaccines may be an important step in generating broader protection through a stronger immune response and better accessibility. Fund boss Kirill Dmitriev said this unique example of cooperation between scientists from different countries in the joint fight against the coronavirus will play a decisive role in achieving ultimate victory over the pandemic on a global scale. We are determined to develop this partnership in the future and to start joint production after the new vaccine has been shown to be effective in clinical trials, he added. Russia claims its Sputnik V vaccine is 95% effective. It is currently in Phase 3 clinical trials with more than 40,000 volunteers. The country started vaccination of its population last week, starting with high-risk occupations. The AstraZeneca laboratory and the University of Oxford have announced that their vaccine is 70% effective on average. Russia announced on Friday that it had passed the 600 daily death mark from COVID-19 for the first time, with the country hit by a second wave, but authorities refuse any generalized containment. Its official death toll of 45,893 since the start of the year reflects a lower lethality than in the West, but it is however questionable, the authorities only counting the deaths which, after autopsy, were established as the primary cause of the coronavirus. On Thursday, the Russian statistics agency Rosstat released monthly mortality figures, according to which October 2020 recorded almost 50,000 more deaths compared to October 2019.